Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is January the 13th, 2018. Delayed gratification, strong hand, value your wealth in Bitcoin. Buy and hold Bitcoin. All right, check out the notes section below. Not all of the links are down there. You can click on my Steemit link that I have prominently displayed down there. That'll get you to all the other links that pertain to this show. There were just so many links I couldn't fit them all onto YouTube. And so you can go to my Steemit page and you can watch that video here. It's live right now on Steemit. Check it out. T-shirts listed below, though. Crypto Graffiti, 10% Meister discount. Trezor Ledger at crypto-hwwallet.com. I'm going to meet with Joseph on Sunday, hopefully, of Crypto HW Wallet. He's in the Los Angeles area. Sunday is my last day in the Los Angeles area. All right, so let's jump right into it. Binance. Binance is just the rage, isn't it? That exchange is making big news. Now, that's where you go to trade your altcoins and everything, but I just thought I would mention it it's getting a lot of new customers. I think I've mentioned that before, but we're going to mention it a little later when I get into Bdiamond. So I just that was the first thing that popped into my head. I had this all written down randomly. But yeah, so we usually think about Poloniex and Bittrex. I mean, Binance is like taking over. It seems like they're the ones that are able to handle the huge demand, all the newbies. All right. I link below to the great This Week in Bitcoin that we had with Benny of BTC Sessions, Renegade Investor, and Martin Davidson of Australia. So check that out. Andy Hoffman actually wrote a nice review of that. I linked to that below. He just pointed out how Benny pointed out in the show that business is brisk at his over-the-counter Bitcoin company that he works for in Calgary, in Alberta, where it's cold as anything. So, I mean, people are trying to get a hold of Bitcoin hardcore up there. Hardcore amount of business going on. But it was a good time with those guys from all over the world. And I'm always proud to have the best guests in the space on the show. Also, check out the show from earlier this morning or late last night, whenever. I talk about the Los Angeles meetup, the Bitcoin meetup that I went to, and just the excitement that surrounds all of these events. And I will be in San Francisco, obviously, on Monday and Tuesday. I'll talk about that in a second. Don't want to forget anything. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, World Crypto Economic Forum. Email me if you want. I have one like half off ticket to give out. Email me at adam@trezorhelp.com if you want that, if you're in San Francisco, and hopefully I can set that up. I haven't even really read the email they sent me. I'm behind on emails, people. Pound that like button. Okay, so what else do we have here? Yeah, I'm going to be in St. Louis. I mentioned that on April 13th and 15th, but we'll talk about that another time. Steemit. Okay, this is something I've been forgetting to share, like 3 different shows. I linked to a Steemit article about Lightning Network. Everybody's asking about the Lightning Network. This one dude, I came in Chronicus Prime. I told him I would share his Steemit. He writes about the Lightning Network. Actually, an example of using it. I don't know. Check it out. Cryptopia, and everyone is interested in this Lightning Network thing. My God. When it finally comes out, it's going to rock the world. But there's a rumor about it on another coin. Well, I'll get into that in a second. Hold your horses, people. Cryptopia, though, they have a press release. I linked to that below. They're an altcoin exchange out of New Zealand, and they're going to have a site where you can trade Litecoin for all your other altcoins now. Like right now, if you go to Cryptopia, you can trade Bitcoin for altcoins and Litecoin for altcoins, where they're going to separate the two. I thought that was interesting. And I don't know what's going on down there. It's New Zealand, baby. All right. Yeah, Andy Hoffman, again, I said, yeah, he linked to, I got a lot of Andy Hoffman, cryptogoldcentral.com links linked to below. He enjoyed This Week in Bitcoin, and he's got a lot of Brhodium information. And I just shared his Twitter also. Just check out his Twitter. He tweets about Brhodium more than anybody on the planet Earth. So if you want updates, if you want opinions, he gives more opinions about it than anyone else. And he's obviously very bullish on it. All right. Someone told me about something called the ACT coin. They're forking themselves apparently and renaming themselves something Bitcoin. I linked to that article below. I don't really care that much about that because it's just, but why I mention it, just like with the spread coin people, who may have originated this concept, just forking an altcoin to rename it so you can rename it something Bitcoin. That's how valuable the Bitcoin name is. That's how strong the Bitcoin brand is for all the fudsters out there that say Bitcoin is the old man, is the old gray man that's going to die. No, it's the one that everyone's copying, and they like try to borrow its name and live off of its name when they're not even really Bitcoin, and they're not even a fork of Bitcoin. They're just using its name. All right. Speaking about forks and altcoins, Bcash, here is something from BitPay, a press release, and it's talking about changing the Bcash address format because the Bcash addresses look exactly like the Bitcoin addresses, and it causes people to send their Bitcoin to Bcash addresses and never get it again, like lose tens of thousands of dollars because of this. So they either, I don't know if Bcash is officially going to do this, or this is a suggestion by BitPay, but they're going to make the addresses look, they're not going to start with ones. They're going to make them different, which would be very helpful. So Bcash people, do that. That would be very friendly of you, and people would be happy because they would not be losing tens of thousands of dollars worth of Bitcoin. And I'm sure people are sending Bcash to Bitcoin addresses too and losing tens of thousands of dollars worth of Bcash. No one likes to, you got to value your wealth in Bitcoin though. Pound that like button. All right. So speaking of pounding that like button, I got this, and see if you catch my drift, guys. I didn't just say it an extra time. I got this. Someone tweeted at me like this Costa Rican escort service. They're bragging about how they accept Bitcoin now. So someone shared that with me. I linked to that below. Anyway, Bprivate. I mean, and that's a use case for these type of things. I mean, gray market stuff. God, man, Costa Rican escorts, I can only imagine. Obviously, that's going on down in Costa Rica. I mean, literally, you could have that in America too, because there are a lot of Costa Ricans here. But this is from Costa Rica. Anyway, so Bprivate says, and I linked to this tweet below. Not below again. When I say below, you got to go to that Steemit link, click on that, and then you'll see all the links there. But I'm just so used to saying it the traditional way. And maybe I will add the links if I have some time. I got to call Joseph after this, though. We had a constructive meeting tonight. This is from the Bprivate people. Tonight, with the Bprivate development team, we are so close to announcing a fork date. We can almost taste it. Only 2 issues left to solve. Stay tuned for the fork date announcement because it is coming soon. And like 630 people retweeted that thing. All right, that's pretty hardcore. People are interested in that. You can retweet it too if you want to. And again, I want to thank Anders and Tor and everybody in Los Angeles for making yesterday really awesome. And it was very flattering. And it was just an honor. It's an honor to be invited to an event and to speak at an event and to get everybody pumped and enthused. And I'm going to keep on doing it, man. I'll be up in San Francisco. So, yeah, again, and on the ground, no one's talking. I mean, you would never bring up the subject of a bear market if you saw what I saw, because everybody's very enthused and wanting to get their next Bitcoin. So I mean, I think the talk of a bear market will who knows? It's just fuzzers that are saying it anyway. I'm living in the Twitter bubble where I read this stuff on Twitter. I hear it on other YouTube channels or whatever. Outside of our bubble, people are very enthusiastic, and it's great to see it. And I talked about that in a previous show to this. So check out the archives, and it's linked. That's linked to below, definitely. What do we have here? A picture from the event is also linked to below. Check that. Tor and I. Someone took the picture of us. That was very nice. And yeah, we need more events like that. I will be in Boulder with Andy Hoffman and Michael Krieger at the Boulder meetup on April 25th. Just plan ahead. Plan ahead. Oh, someone in the super chat said hello. Let's see, $20. And it's from Close One. Thank you, dude. He just says Bitcoin private. So that's Bprivate he's talking about. You know, I never like to. By the way, people are like, why don't you call Bcash by its real name? No. Its real name is Bcash. I don't call any of them by Bitcoin anything. I call them all B something. It's no insult. And the Bcash people should just embrace it. If they embraced it, some people wouldn't call it Bcash anymore. But the Bgold people, and we'll be talking about them in a second, I call them Bgold all the time. They call themselves Bgold sometimes. They're down with it. They're cool. I mean, they're a friendly fork. Friendly fork crypto dividends, baby. I'll be talking about that in San Francisco during my talk. What is it, 5 p.m., 6 p.m. at the event down in San Francisco? Yeah, World Crypto Economic Forum, South San Francisco Conference Center. And they use the Disrupt Meister 20 code to get a 20% discount. And it's linked to below at the Eventbrite link. All right, what else do we have here? What I was going to say the other day, and I did not say, but now Bdiamond is actually on Binance. It's on that exchange. And that's the reason all these other weird crypto dividends like Super Dividend and Super BTC, they're like on Asian exchanges. All these other ones you hardly hear about, they're all on these. And we have first of all, we don't have access to it yet anyway, because it isn't split on our Trezor. But Bdiamond is a step ahead of the rest. If they're on Binance, then they're doing pretty darn well. Like, I guess just the ones we know are on there. Bcash, is Bgold even on there? I guess Bgold's on there. Doesn't matter. Bgold's obviously much more popular than Bdiamond because it's split on the Trezor. But I say this all again is because all of a sudden Bdiamond is pumping today. Bdiamond is pumping. I linked to a link that talks about that. But Bdiamond Volunteer shared a rumor with me. Okay, I just want to stress that this is a rumor. And you know, people can. Well, first of all, he said there's a pump group. There's some pump group out in Asia that said they were going to pump it up to 1,000. I don't know what they were going to pump it up to. A very high number. And so these pump groups definitely exist and they do things. And they're somewhat successful apparently. But also the part of the rumor is that a bunch of Bcash people, Bcash whales, started dumping their Bcash for Bdiamond on the 3rd and the 4th. And you actually look at the historical data, and I linked to it below from CoinMarketCap, and you can see there was a lot of activity on Bdiamond those 2 days. I believe it was the 3rd and the 4th, and on Bcash those 2 days. I don't know what's going on. Let me see what he said to me. Rumor: some big Bcash whales said they want to have Bdiamond take over Bcash as the leading fork because we are decentralized. All right. So I'm giving him his say there, and I like Bdiamond Volunteer. He's on. If you check out my Twitter, I actually mentioned him in the tweet where I was promoting this current video. So you can click on that, ask him questions, what he thinks about all this. So obviously he's saying that they're just whales out there who want Bdiamond to be the most popular fork, because right now Bcash is obviously the most valued fork. You know, if whales want to manipulate the market any way they can, free is free to be, okay? I want to just get my hands on my Bdiamond safely. And if these whales in Asia have pumped it up to 10% of a Bitcoin or to more than what Bcash is, then awesome, because I'm getting it for free. Thank you very much, whales. But Trezor, Ledger, come on, guys. Get this thing splitting. Obviously, it got pumped. So people are really interested in Bdiamond. People, so many, actually 2 people, I think when I woke up, had already contacted me and said, Adam, what is going on with this Bdiamond thing? All right, so there, Bdiamond. You got a lot of say on Adam's show today. Let's talk about Brhodium. Their snapshot is live. They took the snapshot on the other day before during my show. I forgot what day it was now. I linked to their link below. Andy Hoffman is still very, very bullish. I linked to his stuff below, as I said before. So you can follow Andy on Twitter at Andy_Hoffman_CG. It's linked to below, or it's linked to on the Steemit page. I'm TechBalt on there, TECHBALT. And my Twitter has been blowing up. Twitter has just been a load of fun, a load of information in the last few months. So follow me on there, join Twitter, and just you keep up with all the great information. I tweet out stuff throughout the day, and I think it's helpful information, and a lot of other people do, and we're interacting, and it's fun. So yeah, as I said before, Andy Hoffman is like, Andy Hoffman's Twitter is where you're gonna get the most Brhodium commentary out there today. What's this say? Oh yeah, I linked to a Brhodium. People were asking me about Brhodium at the Los Angeles meetup too. But there's a link. You ask them questions. I cannot answer Brhodium questions. Well, the people in person I could, but a lot of people send me questions. I can't. Ask them. They have a newsletter coming out too. I linked to that below. All right. One thing, and I thought about this the other day. The one thing I will say about Brhodium, I'm not going to predict this price. I mean, but again, I've said a number of times I'll be happy if it's just like Bitcore. But one thing is that it probably is going to be bigger than Bitcore. There seems to be a very passionate group of people behind it now, but they're creating this feeling of an elite class by saying that there's going to be a very limited supply of them. But yet, to proactive people, they gave quite a bit of them too. 10 for every Bitcoin you tell them about. So it's a good way of marketing to loyal Bitcoin people who are holders of a lot of Bitcoin, and people who are going to hold, and people who are going to think they're pretty elite because they've got a lot of this limited supply coin. But again, these guys are just, they're going to have to get their name out there. And everyone will be copying this airdrop type of method with a limited supply and maybe giving out a lot of it to proactive. And again, it's too late. You can't get any of it for free right now. The airdrop is over. So I'm just reading my notes, and I have all these. I'm not even reading what I wrote properly here. But yeah, it probably will be copied by people, others, if it's successful. So yeah, they're creating their own elite class of Brhodium holders. Good luck. So Rhett of Bdiamond, Bprivate points out this really amazing. I linked to the tweet. It says, a little over a year ago, this is him, I decided to delete 22 lines of code from Zcash and ask people if they wanted to mine it. Today, it's worth over $500 million. Thank you to the amazing community around Z Classic. So that is it just shows the amazing cryptocurrency world we live in today, that he altered Zcash just a little bit to form Z Classic. And now it's worth over $500 million, mostly because it's forking into Bitcoin. It's forming a new form of Bitcoin. So, but still, it is amazing what can be done in this space by smart, creative people by taking some initiative. Because in terms of just deleting 22 lines of something, that isn't that hard. So good for him, and that's an interesting way of looking at things. And just shows like what a time we're living in here. Just what a time of unprecedented economic activity for those who understand it. Now, someone over here just sent $50 in the super chat. Technium Unlimited, thank you very much. And he's basically paying me to say the name of his coin, which I guess I will here. Ignition Coin, he says. It's a next-gen store of value. All right. You said $50 there. I said your Ignition Coin. I don't know about your Ignition Coin, but now a lot of other people are hearing about your Ignition Coin. Technium Unlimited, but thank you for the $50 in the super chat. Yes, that is very nice of you. So pound that like button. And yeah, if you want me to say something in the super, and then you can't say dirty things to say or anything like that, people. I'm not going to say hateful things or dirty things. But if you got questions, send them in the super chat. I'll ask them. I mean, you know, $50, $20, $30, that was really nice, really generous, people. You can do $2. I'll whatever. I'll say it. Nice. It makes me look over there. It's nice, colorful. They highlighted in nice, pretty colors. All right. Oh, look at all the colors, dude. Dude, there are people outside. I keep on, you know, Los Angeles, I've said it before, I'll say it again. There's just a certain vibe. You see the weirdest things, you hear the weirdest things. There's a lot of dudes seeing pretty colors out there. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that, man. There's only one Los Angeles, baby. There's only one Los Angeles, and that's Santa Monica Boulevard right out there. Just like the song goes, I run on Santa Monica Boulevard. You see some wacky things out there, you know, from be it in West Hollywood to all the way out to Santa Monica and you know, over. I was going to say to Echo Park, but it changes. Santa Monica changes to Sunset, so that's incorrect. But anyway, okay, enough Los Angeles information for you guys. I know the grid here real well, the streets. So, but obviously Baltimore is my expertise. That's where I'm from originally. So, okay, Rhett, we talked about him. Look how popular this tweet is. It's an action item here. It has 1,200 plus retweets. What is it? It's from Bprivate. It says, let's start spreading the word and get Bprivate trending. The first ever private Bitcoin and fork from 2 coins, Z Classic and Bitcoin. All right, I retweeted that. Hey, again, we're all getting it for free. So let's spread the word and put some pressure on these exchanges and the more people who know about it, the more people talking about it, the more likely it's going to be easy for us to get it right away. And then to the moon, baby, let it be more than Bcash. That would be awesome. Because obviously, if everyone's been following Adam Meister's advice and valuing their wealth in Bitcoin, they have a lot more Bitcoin now than they did on August the 1st when Bcash forked. Right, guys? Don't all of you have more Bitcoin than you did back on August the 1st? I know I do. I hope you do. Because you're going to get a lot of Bprivate, and that might be worth more than the Bcash. Who knows? And going to get your, well, some of you are getting Brhodium if you're proactive and you were listening to this channel and Andy's channel, Andy's stuff. All right, so what do we have here? I'm losing my train. Okay, Bcandy. What is this Bcandy that someone told me about? Or yeah, I thought it was a joke. I linked to it below. It's probably not a joke. It's a fork of Bcash. I mean, it looks exactly like Super BTC, Lightning BTC. Clearly, dudes in China forking some stuff. So good luck to Bcandy. Yo, Bcash, let Bcash have a fork, whatever. And maybe, I don't, whatever, the more the merrier. I've got some Bcash left. A lot of people got some Bcash left. So let's get our Bcandy. I seriously doubt you think Trezor is going to provide a Bcandy solution? No, of course not. Do you think some of these exchanges are going to carry Bcandy? I mean, there's a long waiting line. But whatever, if Bcandy wants to fork off from maybe they've got some connections in Asia and they got some special Asian exchanges they're going to be listed on. I don't know. We really need a mega fork superstore safety place where we get our coins split safely, where we can sell our crypto dividends safely. Come on, entrepreneurs. Come on, entrepreneurs. I would love to be part of this, but I have no time and I don't have the technical skill or the technical knowledge to judge who's good and who knows what they're talking about, you know, if to create such a tool. So come on, people, the opportunity is so amazing here. That's what I was saying before. We're living in just a time of abundance, just amazing abundance in cryptocurrency, an amazing opportunity if you are proactive. Just don't sit there, be in motion. It is, I mean, it's not just a catchphrase, people. It's not just a catchphrase, because people are, and I'm going to talk about Steemit in a second, you know, some dudes that have been proactive over there. What are we again? So Bgold is, I have a lot to say today. This one's gone long, isn't it? But this is a good show. Seriously, I'm giving you some real good information today. Bgold has pumped to 2.5% of a Bitcoin. As I said, these things come around, they're cyclical. But with Bgold, their roadmap is coming out on the 15th, which is Monday. I'll be speaking in San Francisco. And there is a rumor that they're going to have Lightning Network on there, on Bgold. Now, I cannot confirm or deny this, but maybe that's that's causing this pump. There's a rumor they got a big announcement to make on Monday. Obviously, part of the announcement is they're giving their roadmap. But are they going to announce that Lightning Network is going to be on Bgold before it's going to be on Bitcoin? I mean, that's pretty hardcore. That's a test net right there. Just like Litecoin is usually the test net for Bitcoin. To have, you know, to use Lightning Network, I said Litecoin is usually the test net for Bitcoin. So now maybe they're going to test that Lightning Network on. You're going to be able to, if Bgold has Lightning Network, you can use it as a test net for Bitcoin. It's serving as a test net of Lightning Network for Bitcoin. I'm confusing all these words. You get my point. It does add some value to Bgold. You could play around. If you could just easily play around with Lightning Network on Bgold in a couple weeks and before it's on Bitcoin, that's pretty cool. That's pretty darn cool. And I know some people are playing around with Lightning Network on Bitcoin now, but it's not on them. It's not real yet. It's all complex. I mean, if Bgold makes this easy, like how Lightning Network is supposed to be on Bitcoin before Bitcoin does it, that's pretty awesome. And it'll pump some more. So yeah, more people held onto their Bgold than held onto their Bcash. I think generally because they didn't want to, you know, some people saw that Bcash is now cyclically pumping, and they thought Bgold would do the same thing, and maybe it will. Maybe Bgold will get back up to 5% again. I can't make. I don't know. I don't. You know, whatever. Free is free, baby. Free is free. But I wish Bgold luck. Seriously, those dudes are pretty cool, and that's really cool if Lightning Network is there first. And maybe it's just a big rumor, and I just talked about something that is not going to happen at all. But hey, think about it. So Bspread. I talked about in that little 5-minute video on the roof in San Diego about the guys from Spreadcoin that are forking their coin into something called Bspread, and just like basically showing how valuable the Bitcoin name is. And I thought there was a big chance that it was just going to be a total fake and not even happening. I said, you know, maybe like 60% chance it's a scam. Well, now they do have another tweet out on their Twitter. They're alive again. They're showing some signs of life. So I'm saying it's below a 50% chance now that it's a scam. That, like, yeah, most likely this might happen. Most likely it'll happen. I'd say it's a 60% chance they're actually going to go through with this thing. But it's still a pretty high chance that it's a complete lie. But still, we'll see. We'll see. Good luck. Good luck if they actually do it. And again, I only bring it out because it just shows the power of the Bitcoin brand. Here's an article my mother sent me from the New York Times. Which everyone is getting hilariously rich, and you're not. So it's kind of like written in the .com style way, like saying this is all insane, just like the .coms in the 2000s. It talks about San Francisco, but at least to get Bitcoin in the New York Times, that's good. That's fine. More mainstream coverage. I'm not complaining. My mother found out about it somehow and emailed me. So a lot of non-Bitcoin holders are clearly reading about it. All right, Steemit. Now, here we go. Daniel, the 21 million club. I mention him often. He's an awesome dude. He works for himself. He's very proactive. Someone downvoted his Steemit post. So I linked to that on my Steemit post, obviously. So go there if you're on Steemit to the 21 million club's Steemit page and upvote this post of his that I linked to below. or in, when I say below, you know what I mean for this show. This show is different. Why is this night different than all the rest? Ma nishtana la la hazeh. People know that who know that little saying there in Hebrew. Okay. So yeah, check out Daniel's thing and upvote him because somebody was not nice and down. And so that's a problem with Steemit. Sometimes there's some trolly people who have a lot of vote power and they can downvote you and then people won't see your post. And it was he did a great interview with Rocky, who's been on the show. And by the way, I want Daniel to be on the show. Again, before he worked for himself, he had a weird work schedule, but I haven't been able to get him on the show. He was busy. He was having some family event the last time I invited him on, but he'll be on here. He's got a great channel. Check him out. But in better Steemit news, Charlie Kerper, who I met at the LA event, he's got a Steemit. I linked to it below. Upvote him. As I said to people, if you tell me about your Steemit page, I'll upvote you. I'll re-steam you. I re-steamed him. So you can go to my Steemit. I'm Bitcoin Maestro down there. And again, people who go to Steemit, you earn Steem, you turn it into Bitcoin. If you've got a lot of content already on YouTube or wherever, Instagram, put it all on Steemit. It just takes time. You'll monetize it, and you'll be able to get Bitcoin from it. And I'm not going to say you're going to do as well. I mean, I've got a pretty popular channel here, and I built up my Steemit to have 2,000 subscribers, so I do pretty well with it. It's good. I've turned it into some Bitcoin. Again, I turn the Steem back dollars. I get them, turn them into some Bitcoin, baby. It's great. It's been cool. I've been doing it since 2016, since the beginning. And again, don't buy Steem. To join Steemit, it's free. Just earn. Try your best. Inform me if you do it, and I'll give you a re-steam. It's a nice little community. We're going to talk about that more tomorrow because I think it has a lot to do with Los Angeles. But anyway, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Somebody told me about something called Ethereum Zero, a fork of Ethereum. I linked to it below. You can do your own research. So whatever. I don't have much time left here to talk about this stuff. I have to call Joseph now. Again, he's the crypto-hwwallet.com guy. He's awesome. Yeah, so in San Francisco, again, I said I said all that stuff already. Okay. And I forgot to mention that I think I forgot to mention it. I'm not even sure. I've told people in person that the ride from San Diego on the train to Los Angeles was great. It was a great idea to do that. It was relaxing to see the Pacific Ocean. And to drive and to go by the Big A in Anaheim near their stadium that I grew up watching the Orioles. I'd stay up till 10:05 or 10:30 at night, whatever it was, to watch the Orioles play when they were on the West Coast road trips. And they'd always show that Big A outside the stadium in Anaheim. So whenever I have seen the Big A in person, as I have watched the Orioles play there, before, but I always have a big smile on my face for that Big A. And I think it was in a movie too, where they made fun of it in some movie. I don't know. It's an old movie they used to play on the repeats on Saturday mornings. A movie from the 70s or something like that. I'm getting a few. It might have been a Big M. They were making a joke about the Big A. Anyone know that? It was about a big race. Does anyone know what I'm talking about at all? I mean, this is an old movie. Again, maybe it was from the 80s even. I don't know. It used to be on repeats. Okay, enough. I like seeing the Big A. That's probably like the end of the Bitcoin part of this show, isn't it? Well, no, I'm going to be in, pound that like button, people. I'm going to be in Johannesburg on March the 10th. We're still trying to organize that event. Oh, yeah. How many more times will South Korea ban Bitcoin in 2018? I think I should have a poll because it's like, it's already happened once. The first week, they supposedly banned Bitcoin, right? Or they banned exchange. What's the next banning of Bitcoin that South Korea is? And then everyone's going to panic. How many times is there going to be South Korean FUD in 2018? Vote on it now. No, I haven't made a Twitter poll about it. Okay, yeah. So that is the. If you don't like Coinbase, here's a tweet for you guys. You check it out. There's like some curse words involved, so I can't really read it. But he compares the owner or the guy in charge of Coinbase, what's his name, Brian, to the guys in charge of Gemini. And it's really interesting to think about that because the Gemini owners own a lot of Bitcoin. So they want the Bitcoin experience at Gemini to be as great as possible because it increases the value of their stash of Bitcoin. They might own 1% of all the Bitcoin on Earth. And good for them that they were that proactive. We want to be like, I want them to be the first trillionaires on Earth. That would be great if the Winklevoss brothers are the first trillionaires on Earth. And we should aim to, be successful like they are. Don't hate the rich, man. But then we've got Brian over at Coinbase, and like he's into all sorts of Ethereum, altcoins, or whatever. And so he's not really focused too much on Bitcoin over there, getting the transaction fees down, and he's not down with the SegWit. He's not down with that stuff. So again, the best way to tell Brian you don't like him or you don't like what he's doing is just don't use Coinbase. That's all. And you can do the petitions and all that stuff, and you can retweet that tweet. But I thought it was interesting because use Gemini because their owners, they care about Bitcoin. It benefits them for Bitcoin to do well. So whatever, do what you want to do. If you don't like Coinbase, be proactive, use Gemini then. All right. So that's the end of the Bitcoin part of the show. But I did want to say, I was thinking, there's a lot of people who like to be the boss of other people. And I'm not down with that at all. I don't want to boss people. I want to be my own boss, work for myself. So when you want to be the boss of other people, you're into power. You want to have power. But when you want to be your own boss, you want to have freedom. And baby, to me, it's all about freedom. Power it corrupts. Power, it's not a good thing necessarily. Freedom, being in charge of yourself, being your own boss. I mean, to me, that there's value in that. There's value. I'm not about bossing other people around. I'm about doing things my own way, not having people tell me what to do. Me say just doing what I want to do, ignoring the naysayers, ignoring the people who try to put rules, try to box you in and everything. So yeah, it's an interesting way of thinking about it. There's a lot of people want to be CEOs in life. They want to be the big guy in charge. But why do you want to do that? If you want to do that, for your own personal freedom, then that's good. But if you want to do that just for the status, just so you can have boss people around, then that's wrong because it's about freedom. It's not about power. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Do check out the notes section below. Pound that like button. I'll say hi to you guys in the chat real quick. Bye.